Afternoon lads, welcome to another video. Thank you if you subscribed. If you haven't, hit the button please. Now I've got a plumbing mate who we'll call, let's call him Doug. Now Doug, he's got an interest he's got a military interest, let's put it that way, shall we? Guns, firearms, war in general. His particular interest is the D-Day landings. He goes every year. I've done for a long time now. Goes up to Normandy on the anniversary. Spends a week there. He keeps asking me to come with him, but you know, I always find an excuse not to go for one reason and another. So yeah, so his particular interest is the D-Day landings, and he found out that I do this nonsense. So he said, he said, he came into the shop and said, "Oh, I've got something for you. Can you build it for me?" Can you see that? Airfix's Douglas C-47 Skytrain. Well, it's properly known, obviously, as a Dakota, and obviously he wants it in the D-Day scheme, which you can see is that one there. Obviously, I much prefer that one, as we'll see in a minute. Silver with the red flashes and wings, lovely. Skis as well. How lovely is that? But no, Doug wants, quite rightly, the D-Day scheme. A bit of history with this one locally, because this flew from a pottery, which is about 25 miles from where I'm sat now, at the side of Exeter, like Dunkerswell way. So, it's locally, it's quite an interest. So, so he wants me to do this. He's been purging for the last couple of weeks for me to get on with it. So I have to get on with it. So thanks to Doug for giving me the opportunity to do this one. I hope we do it a bit of justice. I hope Doug likes it. So let's go and have a quick look and see what it looks like. Back in a minute. Right, here we are then, lads. Airfix's Douglas C-47 Skytrain. It's an oofer of a box. Lovely art again, look, on the front. You know, they always get their plane doing something. On this side here, some CAD drawings. The inside turns out something like that. On the other side, we've got the schemes. Oh, nice one. So we'll have a look. I'm just going to shoot on from opening this box to all the rustling of the paper or the bag. We don't want that on there. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, we're just cutting the bag open and we've already got bits falling out, which isn't brilliant. So excuse the noise, chaps. See how many other bits we've got in here. Clear parts, bits of nothingness. What we've got here. Oh, that's obviously going to be steps, obviously, of some sort. I don't quite know what that piece is either. So I'll just put them to one side. Quite a bit in this bag, quite a bit in the box. So we'll start on the biggest sprue. So I'll just put these down here for a second, lads. Right, these appear to be the wings, top of the wings. Usual Airfix plastic. Some nice surface detail on here. Well, you can see that there. Nice detail. EPMs obviously are going to be underneath, so don't worry about them. So that's not a bad start, isn't it? We're going to chat about riveting in a minute. So yeah, they're the wings. They're not too bad at all. So now the next big sprue is going to be fuselage underside and one wing and a bit of bulkheadness. So if we look underneath here, this wing there, same sort of panel line detail underneath of the bottom. That's nice panel lines. Got some bulkhead there. Bit of a rudder, I imagine. Let's have a look inside that fuselage. Look. Obviously, this is where all your seats are going to go. Obviously, all along here. So you probably won't see much of this, because this is where the cockpit, I imagine, is going to be like a tub thing. There's the door. So that'll take a wash quite nicely. Not that you'll see a lot, obviously. So that's not too bad at all. Let's get that bulkhead the right way around. You know, do something with that, couldn't you? So look at that. Nice lines. Nice lines. So if we get the other side of the fuselage, which is going to be in this sprue here, again, lines, bit of fluff. There's no flash I can see. The lines go right to the end of the part, don't fall away. There's a bit more detail inside on this fuselage there. Obviously you'll see this, we're looking into the doors. Being the doors open. There's the floor of the inside of the fuselage there. Look. Obviously that'll all be painted and weathered. It'll be the cockpit area. Yeah, not a lot to see in there. You ain't going to see a lot. The windows are ever so tiny. The wing again, top side of the wing. Loads of lines, loads of take a wash nicely. Got some, what we got here, look. We got some stabilizers, horizontal stabilizers. Bit of flapperage. So yeah, inside of the cockpit there again, you see there's nothing inside there. Just have to have a look on the instructions, see what goes in there. So that's quite, you know, that's alright. What sprue? Which sprue is this? B, I believe. So we've got what we got here. We've got obviously the main spar. This will be holding the wings onto the fuselage for a bit of strength. Engines. Pratt and Whitney, wherever it was. Dick and Dom again, won't be using them. Props. Look at the props. See a lot there, really. There's the seats. Here we go, some seats here. Look, I'm not. Oh, assuming they're seats. Not loads of detail. I suppose you could put in some belts, scratch in some belts for that. Whether you'd see them, whether we'd do that, I'm not sure. So yeah, you know, it's alright. You got some a bit more front of the engine there. Look, red gearboxes, I believe. Yeah, there's a flash on the sprues. There's none on the parts of that I can see. So yeah, that's okay. On the final sprue, we've got weighted wheels. Look. And to be honest, two-piece wheels, but the, you know, which are horrible, but you know, that's not too bad at all, are they? Weighted wheels, they're not bad. That's quite nice. A bit more of a bulkhead there, look. Up here lads, no, up here, look, there you go. Bit of detail. engine cowling fronts. Undercarriage. Front, I don't know what that is. Seats, got some seats there. This fillet on the wing, I believe what that is, and a couple more props. Obviously there's a couple of props that we can choose from. A bit more internals, I'm assuming that's going to be internal, all these bits. So yes, there is a bit of internal, not again, you're ever going to see much of it. Door, inside of the door, so there's, you know, something on there. Yeah, not too bad at all. 172 kit, of course. So going back to that old 172 malarkey, being tiny. Right. So look at the instructions. Under the pause that you could do and have a quick. I'll put it there so you can see that properly. Obviously, if you can read English, that's ideal. If you can read French, do it on that one. And if you want to read German, get it all in. Get it all in. There you go. So let's open these up. Usual Airfix stuff. There's a bit more. There's a bit more on here in Spanish. Is it going straight onto the interiors? You can see all this. Decal for the, or decal for the instrument panel, which is fair enough, isn't it? You probably can get a, I imagine Ed would do a internal set for this, but again, because the windows are so tiny, you'd never see it. But sometimes that isn't the point, though, is it? So it looks like at the end of the day, let's come down to here, it looks like it builds up into quite nice internals. Whether you can scratch build some wiring and some stuff would be quite nice. You have a go at that, because you probably wouldn't see that much of it. You could, a bit of experimentation. That builds up quite nicely. Oh, I wonder where you were. So then here we go onto the seating area. It's quite a big lump, isn't it, inside here? Probably looks more difficult than it actually is. Two types of seat then. Obviously one's going to be a troop transport and one's cargo, so well, I'm going to make sure I get the right one. These are the wing spars, internals. Fits quite nice. All internals. Bottom goes on with the wing spars, the fuselage wing spars. Yeah. These bloody great wings go on. Oh, that looks fun. The other way they've done this, chaps. So you get the bottom piece and these spars, and the top piece goes onto the bottom piece, and you have another bottom piece that goes. Oh dear. 2, 3 part wing, I guess you'd call that. These fillets that go in there. Oh, what can possibly go wrong with that one? I hope it's not filler queen. Rear oddments, posable by the look of it. It's quite nice. You'd have them flaps drop in. Engine goes together quite nicely. 2-part cowling. Just done the Beaufighting out of a 3-part cowling, which is annoying. This is 2-part. CAD drawings. Engines go on. Exhausts. Air intakes, is it? 2-part wheels go onto that yoke. Can have wheels up. All wheels down. All wheels down. That looks tricky, doesn't it? I always struggle with undercarriage. I don't know why. Skis. This is skis for the obviously skis for one of the other schemes. Relatively straightforward. excuse my coughing. Oh lordy. Doors open obviously, which is, you know, you'd have one of these doors open for the troop transport. That door could be open as well by the look of it on the passenger for the pilot. So as long as there's stuff to see inside there, you'd have that door open as well. It'd be quite nice. Windows, that's a nice little masking job. Again, how small these windows, the pilot window is. Now, whether you're not going to, because you're going to see a lot, I don't think, but you know, we'll do it anyway. And on to the finished article. You see, that looks nice. Look how nice that looks. That's for the silver one, isn't it? That looks lovely. Schemes. This is the one that Doug's obviously wants to do. D-Day variant, shall we call that? Standard olive drab. Compass grey underneath. Probably do a. Let's see what we can do for this colour. Make something up. And D-Day stripes, which obviously are going to be painted on. It even gives us here. Look, it gives us here widths. I know this is wrong here. I believe these should finish and go up about here somewhere, and should all shuffle back a little bit. That I'm going to have to get out the books, have a look on the net and see what actually goes on there, because I know that might be incorrect. I've seen builds online and on YouTube, and that is wrong. Martin, no, he built this, and he pointed out that this is wrong, so I need to just make sure I get that right. So this is the scheme I wanted to do. Oops. Look at that, look how pretty that is. Silver, or aluminium and red. With the skis. Now I might even get this kit for myself and do that one. I think that looks really nice. And then finally we've got some stencil markings. Stencils. Oh, don't we love some stencils, look. Beauty. Talking of the stencils, I suppose we ought to really have a quick look at have a quick look on here. Yeah, they look quite nice, don't they? In register. There's your IP deck. That's what it is, isn't it? Tight, yeah, it's all cut really tight to the. Oh yeah, yeah, these are nice decals. I think they'll be absolutely lovely. I think they'll be absolutely fine, chaps. And then let's have a quick look. Have a quick look at these. Put your finger on film. Wow, you know, is what it is, isn't it? They are what they are. Clear. It's actually quite clear. Have a quick look. Yeah, it's fine, isn't it? They're a bit thick, if anything. If they weren't so thick, if they weren't so thick, they'd be quite clear. But looking at these lines at the bottom, I think they're fine, aren't they? I think they'll be absolutely fine. That obviously goes on the back door. I don't know what these things are. A bit small enough. Now I have RP Productions. I've got a riveter from RP Productions the other week. Not for this kit because I didn't know I was having it, but for the Beaufighter I was going to do. Now I didn't use it on the Beaufighter because it's not particularly a riveting aircraft, but I believe that the C-47 was quite riveted, you know, they were quite prominent. So again, I'll do some research and see whether we can get riveting with it with the old RP Productions riveter. It comes in the Photo X thing. I haven't used it yet. I've had a practice obviously, but I haven't used it in anger yet, so it'd be nice to get on with doing that. So there you go. There it is. C-47 Skytrain or Dakota as we call it in this country. Okay lads, back to me. So there you are lads, I've now called this one of the 5 weapons that won the war, and who am I to argue? I've asked Doug how once it's weathered. He didn't tell me actually, just said go with how you feel, he trusts me 100%, he says. Ooh. So whether we go factory fresh machine or whether it's going to be worn, you know, like a North African thing that's been drummed into D-Day service, possibly, we might do a bit of research and we'll have a look. So I will get on with this very, very soon, Douglas. So actually lads, if you want me to do any updates on this, if you want to give us either, you know, little write me something or PM me something or send me something, you know, a bit of interaction in it. If you do, you do. You don't. You don't. I possibly wouldn't if you didn't want me to do it, because, you know, they come fast. So we're going to crack on with this, and obviously I'll post up a review in a bit anyway. So thanks for watching, chaps.